Welcome. r/Nuclearrevenge. Wife cheated, so I tricked her into publicly admitting to having the affair and herpes. This story is about 12 years old. I told it to one of my coworkers yesterday, and he said I should share it to Reddit. Today he again nudged me, so here we are having drinks before the 4-day weekend and my writing is complete. So first time here and hi y'all. Sorry if there are typos. I included a TLDR at the end. In college, I met the woman who I thought was my one. We dated for about 2 years and had a big ass wedding after a 10-month engagement. Her family was pretty well to do in a small southern town. We were both continuing our educations, and I was also working to support us. I was pursuing a master's in engineering, while she was finishing her doctorate in anthropology. Over the summer an opportunity came up for her to make some extra money going as an aide on a religious studies trip to Jamaica. I didn't hesitate when she asked me about it. I mean, she was going to get to visit Jamaica and get paid for it. I saw no downside other than missing her being at home for 6 weeks. Little did I know at the time, but she had been fucking the professor. He had hung out with us, smoked my weed, and drank my fucking beer. I considered him a friend who arranged the trip for a couple months, and it was a getaway for them to bang all over the island. I, clueless and happy, went about the weeks while she was gone taking extra shifts so I could match what she made in our account and surprise her. What a dipshit, right? One of the students from the trip actually seeked me out to clue me in. I didn't believe him until I started looking for evidence on my own. I broke down and checked her texts while she was sleeping and nothing was there. There were a few VMs, so I decided to listen, and there it was, a message from that giant asshole saying how exciting it was that I almost caught them. I opened up her laptop and hit the emails after that. It was piles and piles of shit, making fun of me for not knowing, fucking in our bed, and laughing about it. There was so much, and I was so heartbroken. Still too hurt to take any action. I was lost. I had no idea what to do, so I sat on it for a couple weeks and acted as normally as I could. I noticed everything now. I felt so stupid for not seeing it before. So many signs. One stuck out in particular. I noticed that our stash of homemade weed lube, if you've never tried it, I highly recommend giving it a go, was going down, even though we weren't having sex. It was obvious they were also using the fruits of my labor to get off more effectively. This really pissed me off. Like unreasonably so. Hulk fucking mad. It finally all hit me. I was a goddamn joke to these assholes and they were using the lube I made and fucking in my bed. I didn't hurt anymore. I just wanted to make them hurt. So, while she was studying at the library, I made a new batch of lube. I put enough weed in it for it to smell like normal, but I also added some poison ivy from our backyard to the mixture, and after refilling the spray bottle we used for application, I waited. A few days go by, and I'm working extra, so I can be out of the house more, and bam, bait taken. That night after she goes to sleep my plan goes into action. I sneak her phone away, and delete my contact, while replacing his phone number in his contact as mine. I go to bed, but can't sleep, because it feels like I'm 5 and tomorrow is Christmas. Dawn arrives and she's in the shower. I get a text. "I'm super itchy, are you okay?" Now Lord, now is my time. Look, I thought it had cleared up, but I guess I had a flare up. I'm sorry, but I've got herpes, and I guess you do now too. I heard this bitch squeak in the shower. I'm covering my mouth, damn near losing it. I went on to tell her that it was time to end things now. A new semester was about to start, and I kind of have a little crush on another T-slasher. I wanted her mad. This is a woman that never got told no growing up, and never had to deal with rejection, let alone from a balding dude in his 50s with herpes. When she got out of the shower it was obvious she had been crying, but I could see the anger in her eyes. I could see how uncomfortable she was squirming at the table drinking coffee and mulling the situation over. Another little nudge is what she needed. The reply she got to her pages and pages of anger and sadness was, "Thanks for the good times, but can you keep this a secret between us? I don't want to ruin my chances with anyone else." She's flush with anger now, just seething. She gathered her keys and headed out the door without even saying goodbye. I knew where she was going. I booted up her laptop and set it to reformat, deleting her dissertation and any notes pertaining to it before following her to campus. I parked a few lots over and rush over to his office, where I find her screaming at him for giving her herpes. There's lots of people there. Professors, aides, students, other faculty. I'm dying. He is beyond embarrassed and confused as fuck. She is ugly, crying in front of her peers. I'm in heaven. I didn't even care that people were going to think I had herpes too. The fallout was apocalyptic in their department. He lost his job due to code of conduct at the university. We got divorced the following year. State law was we had to be separated for 1 full year before being granted a divorce. I got to keep most of the assets, primarily savings, and not a ton, but I worked for it. She never finished her doctorate and went on to be a perpetually pregnant housewife that sells Herbalife on Facebook, and he teaches high school now. It took a few years for it all to unfold, but watching it was glorious. TL, doctor, wife cheated, so I made her think she had herpes and engineered a social situation for her to out her affair publicly herself. Edit, a few of you are asking for a recipe for the goodies, so here you go. Follow the directions for you saw it's kind of a waste, and this is totally geared towards the ladies. We are talking bigos. Use polyurethane condoms. It breaks down latex. Weed lube. 1/4 ounce flour or 1 gram CO2 extracted live resin, preferred. 4 ounces MCT coconut oil. 2 16 ounce mason jars. 3 coffee filters, only if flour is used. 2 drops tea tree oil. It really makes a difference. 30 leaves poison ivy. Small spray bottles, think perfume. Put oils and wax or flour in mason jar A and heat in oven for 80 minutes at 240 degrees, turn oven off, and allow it to cool for about an hour. Strain through coffee filters, if you used flour, into the second mason jar, and then fill the spray bottles. Here's the instructions and description my current amazing wife wrote for a friend wanting to try it. At first you can feel the warmth building up. Everything feels more intense to the touch. The waiting between application and playtime is a wonderful mystery. As time progresses, the butterflies in the pit of your stomach become more active, while feeling self-awareness as the sensations and sensitivity increase. Walking become part of foreplay. The action causes more friction and heat to build up. As your spouse begins touching at your neck and shoulders, the warmth rises up your body, sending chills down your spine. Each touch becomes more euphoric than the last, until foreplay is done. From there, enjoy complete euphoria in your partner's embrace. Application: 8 to 10 total sprays. Use 2 to 3 on your fingers at a time. Self-application: spray on fingers and massage around the clitoris and labia down toward your opening, working the oil inward towards your G-spot. To help with cramps, spray on tampon. Insert. Go. Without tampon, get 0.5 milliliters in a syringe. Insert. Spray and stay with hips lifted for 1 to 2 minutes. With spouse, have your spouse apply the spray to their fingers, gently spreading it over the clitoris, labia, pushing some into your cookie. Think of it like painting. The better the coverage, the better it will feel. Be sure to apply to your G-spot. It's about 2 inches in on the front wall of your vagina. For an added plus, apply to the O-spot, which is directly across from the G-spot on the back wall of the vagina. Application shouldn't take more than 3 to 5 minutes. Then don't even touch it for at least 20 minutes. Spend this time exploring other areas of your lovely treasure. Don't use if overly intoxicated. You'll simply waste it. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the video, hit like. If you would like to see more, feel free to subscribe.